Why, hello everyone. Welcome to Generation Dan, and welcome to my parents' house. That's where I'm recording from. I am Atlas Novak. I'm your millennial for the episode. Who else is with me today?
I'm Dino, the genetic marvel.
I am Nick Fernandez. I guess that would make me your Generation Z.
Yeah, and our guest today, he runs the Chain of Fools and the Further comedy shows here in Los Angeles. It's Max Mielecki, everybody.
What's up, Power Bottoms?
Please tell me that's how you greet people. Like, you should just do that at the beginning of the show now. Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's
Especially professional phone calls, like when you answer an unknown number. That's just the most confident way to answer a phone, I think.
What's up, Power Bottom? Yeah.
I had a friend who would always answer the phone with, "Hi, Hamster Retrieval Services. How can we help you?" Like that's every time, and I'm like, "That's not good."
I
think any non sequitur is good. What's up, Belinda's? Like, just anything.
It's fantastic.
Oh my goodness.
How's it going, Rotten Apple Tree? Good to see you. It's a good time. I'm just looking at things like in my vague vicinity.
Just saying,
Yeah.
what's up, you lamps? Who's ready to get lit tonight? Let's plug it in.
To people listening or watching this, there is hours of footage on the cutting room floor of just the different greetings we've tried until we decided on.
Yeah.
How's it going, Power Bottoms?
Hilarious.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones to use in conversation whenever I'm about to leave somewhere with friends. I always as a rally cry I go Mega Blocks. Because instead of Lego, and
Like,
it always breeds questions, and I giggle every time.
Did you ever have like a Mega Block in your pile of Legos?
Yeah, and you're just like, why the fuck is this here? Yeah,
and you just like stubbornly like cram it on there, and then opens in the middle, and you don't notice it ever again.
No, the key is you make it the treasure inside of something. That's how you do it.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't really have to fit. It's the removable part.
Yeah, fucking Mega Blocks. There was always that one kid who's like, they're better. They're not.
No. Come on.
They're the
How
Pepsi.
snooty kids get about like Legos versus Mega Blocks. Like, I met a kid a few weeks ago at my day job, and I was like, "Oh, looks like you got some Lego action there, bud." And he looked at me and he was like, "It's Duplo."
What's Duplo?
It's like
That's not higher than Lego. What a piece of garbage kid. That kid is not going places.
in the hierarchy of plastic interlocking bricks, I don't believe Duplo is up there.
It doesn't even rank.
He was so like, man, this is Duplo. This is some serious.
You don't know what
stuff.
Duplo is? Yeah.
Yeah.
It
might as well be
who's, like,
Connect.
sitting across the room.
My
kids have. You don't know what Duplo
let me
is?
tell you.
Yeah.
I
I have I think like it you know when if you like added up all the value of your possessions, like a significant chunk of my net worth is in Lego.
Yeah.
Like I still have all of like my Lego, and like it's in bins and like closets here at my new place because I can't display all of it because it would just be obscene. But like there's still like most shelves in communal areas are covered in Lego.
I just remembered. So I'm the youngest of 5 kids, and the 3 brothers I have are all colorblind. So I would purposefully replace colors that they had of their Lego.
What kind of colorblind were they? Like red, green, or
red, green normally. But a lot of times, if it was just a lot of one color and very little of another color, like they wouldn't see it. So it happened for more than just red and green, but. So I would just like drop in yellows every once in a while into their Lego set, and they're like, They're like, "Oh, why is that one the wrong color?" And they're like, "What?" Every time.
That's fucking great. I love that. How did all 3 of your brothers end up colorblind? That's like,
I don't know.
None of your sisters?
No. That's my one sister isn't. My 3 brothers are, but I'm not. But also too, I'm the only one who looks like homeless Gandalf. So. Like, yeah, like they all look like normal people.
Speaking of family members fucking with your Lego, the only time I've been truly enraged at my mother is because she was like dusting in our basement at like our old house, and in the process she knocked over and broke my collectible ATST, and it was
Shit.
and it was the tall one. It was the
Oh,
one where like
no.
Yeah,
it
not
was
the
so-
not the loser
not
one
the
that
little
was like,
one, not
oh
the
yeah,
little
it's an AT-AT, you know, it's like a baby
massive.
AT-AT.
It was about the size of my torso. Like,
Wow.
and it was so difficult to build and because it was two legs and so big, it was not like it was not like balanced. So in the process of building it, I broke it like 3 times just trying to get it to all the pieces together. And she broke it, and I was so devastated. I have still yet to try and rebuild it, because every time I go to do it, like it makes me sad. And that was like, because like she didn't do it on purpose, like, and she apologized profusely as like when she told me she did it, right? But the rage I felt, it was just like, but I was like, I accepted her apology, but I was like, I had tears in my eyes. I'm like, I accept your apology. I just can't really be around you right now. So
I just imagine you
That seems
go
fair.
down to the basement, you're like Charlton Heston at the end of Planet of the Apes. You blew it up! God damn you all to hell! And she's like, it's a Lego set.
It's
and
really
like,
close. I literally went to the basement, like closed the door, and sat in front of it, like the broken pieces, and just like.
I feel like it's more like Russell Crowe at Gladiator when he finds his family. He's just like, oh, and just like snot running down his face and everything. Like, just my emotions.
Yeah,
like,
just grabbing the pieces and just like,
just rubbing them on your face. Oh. That seems accurate.
So the quote unquote topic for the episode is hygiene, which God damn it, Dino.
Presented by.
Yeah, presented by. So I was thinking, like, growing up, did you ever have the like? Because you know how when like boys start going through puberty, we stink. We are like like way more than girls, right? I would think that there was probably the one time where like your mom like sits you down and she goes, "Look, this is not what it was like a year or two ago. Take a goddamn shower. This is called deodorant. You're going to have to use it for the rest of your life. Now go!"
I had to get a talking to where we instituted a dual shower policy in the day. Like they were like, you got to do it twice, bro. And because I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm half Indian, half Italian. And those are a lot of powerful
Your
genes.
drains
and,
must be clogged.
Oh,
like
so much hair and so much odor. Like I think like when you combine those genes, like you basically get like a Greek level of body odor. I think just like when you triangulate the genes, right? If you take India and Italy and you just like kind of like you get close to Middle East and or the Mediterranean.
We helped both nations with progress. What can I say? That's just no, man. Listen, that
makes you understand togas. Like you need shit needs to breathe.
Aeration is key. Jeans like really were made for the working man, but not for public, because those just hold in all that flavor. It's not good.
Yeah. Max, what about you? Did you get that growing up?
Oh yeah, definitely. There was like the other day my dad was like, yeah, this is deodorant and here's how it works, and yeah, you're gonna need to start wearing this from now on. And I did it once, and then like the very next day I forgot, and my dad was like, what did I just say?
Because like when you were a kid, you're like, they're not gonna notice. Oh, they notice. Like Katie's sitting across the room from me, and she just texted me, even my 5-year-old students stink.
Yeah. So this is the thing, is because my dad had a machine shop, so it's like we built machines. There's grease and oil and steel and like things like we had to have like wear protective gear and stuff.
Steel toe
boots.
Children's shoes.
Yeah, like because that's the thing is it was our business. I worked there since I was like 7. So the idea that we had to regularly bathe and everything was just like, hey, everyone came home smelling like nothing you want to hang out with. So it was like we all like literally it was a race to get home who got in the shower first.
And with that volume of children, the last shower was usually cold.
That volume of that phrase, that volume of children, out of context.
Yeah. Oh no, it wasn't just cold, but but then I would spite some of them, and be like, not only will I go first, I'm gonna take a long one. And the thing is, especially when puberty happened, and I started looking like an ogre, I was bigger than everyone.
Masturbating in the hot shower, yeah.
Oh, a lot of masturbating in the shower, but yeah, that's fine.
Recolored the tiles, right?
At least some of them.
You don't aim toward the drain. Come on, be practical about this.
I enjoyed my romance time, sir.
And I hope Katie is looking forward to living with you, Atlas.
She literally just looked away from me like, no.
She was like, it's a horrible idea.
Oh my goodness. I love Dino, put your cup back up.
Yeah.
Look at what's happening.
Yeah, I know.
That's hilarious.
What am I looking at? Oh, the drain screen thing?
You look through me! Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh my god, that's like an x-ray through your heart. That's hilarious.
That's cool.
And look, there's not one there.
It's right there. Yeah, it should be right around here. Nope. You get nothing.
Yeah. And instead he just has wood grain. Like
I'm actually the scarecrow. With modern advances in medicine, they've changed how I look on the outside, but the inside, still just wood.
Oh my goodness. That's a good jumping off point there, Dino. Did you guys have like a dirtiest job where when the showers you got home afterwards, they were necessary for the cleanliness of the home?
Yeah, no, there was a lot of the times when we did because knowing that we were all going to be going to the same house, everyone is careful. Be like, hey, go put coveralls today. You know what we're doing. Go put your coveralls on. You're not wearing your outside clothes in. And even there were times where we would have our work clothes, just sweats, maybe a lumberjacket or something like that, and we'd wear that under coveralls. But then the other times where it was no, you got to be in your drawers under your coveralls, and maybe wear a second set of coveralls, just because you would have. We would be heat treating metal. We would be doing stuff that would actually injure your skin if it got I had scars. I have a couple wild ones on my forearm where it was I just moved too fast and a nail or a screw or just jagged metal. So now my hands are all baby soft because I worked at a bank after that. But back then I'm I could grab turlings from a lathe and just be I have man hands. It's not. Yeah.
And with that volume of children, was most of that rugged clothing hand-me-downs?
Until they weren't, because then it was around.
So you're putting on your brothers just like stinking coveralls,
oh.
Gross.
Yeah, we had to. It was bad. It was bad, and
these are the family stands.
Yeah, we had either way. That was the one thing is that there was always sales and stuff like that, right? So you could get new stuff every few months, and it wouldn't be too expensive. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't too bad, but some things did not last very long. I remember a couple times, so I hit about 6 feet. So no one in my direct family was over 5'9", other than me, and I'm 6'2" now. Well, just shy of 6'2". So.
Are you shrinking yet?
Huh? I slouch a lot, so I assume, but at the same time, now I'm losing weight, so I'm finding I can stand taller. So.
The second you said slouch, Atlas went.
Yeah, because we're all
yeah, well, because I slouch. My posture is terrible. Max, you've seen me all the time.
Yeah.
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have an older sister.
Oh, you poor bastard.
So you don't really have the hand-me-down problem.
2021, Atlas, don't judge people, okay?
Oh,
not really. It was never really a hand-me-down problem. It was more I was being handed down, her legacy in a way.
Yep.
Every time I would go to school and, I'd have a new teacher, and they'd be like, "Oh, you're Natalie's brother. She was such a good student," and I'm like, "Well, you've had the best. Now I'm here."
Get ready for disappointment.
That happened to me
You and me
too.
both. I have an older sister. That's exactly the thing. She was a good student. I was like,
Me as well. Yeah.
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 Well, my
Lower
sister,
those
she was,
expectations.
yeah,
Yeah, let's take that down a little bit because
Sometimes the
you are
My
going to be
sister
disappointed.
version is
was
not
like a good
better.
student. Like teachers liked her. Like I was smarter, but I didn't put any effort in, so teachers didn't like me as much. So like because like I would not pay attention and but I wasn't like disrupting the class. I would just like read my own novel in class. Like I'd be reading like Chronicles of the Raven in chemistry class, and my teacher would be like, "What are you doing?" And then I'd like get one of the highest marks on the test, and she'd be like, "I don't know what to do with you."
Whatever.
Like-
Just let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what's the age difference between your sister, both of you?
Go ahead, Max.
Oh, that's for me.
Yeah.
It's about 3 years.
3 years. Not
Two
bad.
two for me. Yeah. Yeah.
Same with Max. 3 years for me. It's it's definitely one of those things where like you get in. Like I am the Joey to my sister's friends academically.
Interesting.
Oh, I'm sorry. There are a lot of mean jokes I just came up with, and I'm not going to say them.
Dude,
Hey,
I
Katie-
I'm like,
Katie's
if
making me
you're
watch
the
Friends with
good-looking
her.
one,
just-
your sister has made some choices, man.
No, I'm saying I am the shitty, disappointing show to her. Like,
Oh, okay.
See what I mean?
Oh, you meant
That's
the
what I mean.
spin-off, Joey. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I watched,
Well,
like,
that's fair.
I was a huge Friends fan when I was growing up because like it was the only show me and my sister could agree on that we enjoyed watching. And my family did a lot of road trips like for vacations. And we would go like to the East Coast. We would go like skiing in Vermont, like during March break and stuff because my mom's a teacher and that times worked out and stuff. But that was the only show we had like a portable DVD player in the car.
Of
that
course
was like
you did.
yeah, and that was one of the only
Generation.
things. Yeah, that was one of the things that we could agree on. And we had the cool one where we had two screens.
Oh,
So,
fuck you, Nick.
We had
Fuck
like
you.
like there was a screen on the back of the driver's seat, and then there was one on the back of the passenger seat. But one of the screens was like a slave to the other one. Like there was only one disc tray, right?
Oh.
So you carried the cord across. It was duplicating the same screen, but you had to decide what were going to watch. And so we would alternate like choices, and like sometimes my sister would choose to put something on that she would want to watch, and it would be atrocious, but just because of boredom, like you're watching it anyways. And
What
that's
happened
why
to Chronicles of the Raven, Nick?
you can only read so much. Sometimes you need to put some breaks in it, but that's how you end up watching Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants,
Which is funny because
and the sequels.
Oh my God, there's more of them. The group chat that I'm in with Max and a few of our other friends is called Sisterhood of the Traveling Memes. So that's fun.
That seems accurate.
Question: any good memes in that group chat this week?
It's
That you would care to
mostly
share?
just Seinfeld memes and stuff, but hang on.
All right, give me a good one.
Have you forwarded to them any that I have sent to you?
Sometimes, but not very often. It's usually stuff.
Fuck you.
Like,
Atlas, you've been re-gifting the memes.
I don't know if you can see that, but it's the modeling George and Sokka from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, that's
To the people listening, they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
I watched Seinfeld all the way through, but I'm losing the context because it's been a couple of years. What does modeling one from? What episode is that?
I can't remember. It's
no idea.
It's
I
weird
don't-
because it's a memorable photo. I remember the image,
yeah.
but I have no recollection of the episode.
One of my older brother's friends had the painting. He had bought a remake of the painting of Kramer, like standing in the fancy frame.
Oh, nice.
And I was like,
yeah.
"That's an awesome painting."
That's awesome. That's
Super
a good
cool.
time.
You know what's hilarious? No recollection of the modeling, but vivid memories of Vanderlei Industries.
And you want to be my latex salesman?
Vanderlei, import export.
Vandelay, say Vandelay!
Hey, the funny thing is, okay, when that was on the air, I was in high school, and we had this friend who was Portuguese who looked exactly like George Costanza.
Oh,
And then we
was
found
he bald like him?
Well, this is the thing. It was his. He had actually this luxurious hair, but it was slowly thinning, and we all knew it was thinning. And we would razz him about it. But the funny thing was, he's like, "I don't look like George Costanza. I have hair." And then this was also like during the boom of the internet. We found a young picture of Costanza, the guy who plays Costanza,
Jason
and he
Alexander?
had the sure. We found a picture, and he has like the exact same hair when he was young that our friend did, and it was like, "Hey, guy, you're gonna look like George Costanza because he started out just like you." And it was just such a, it was the best burn because now he is.
Are you still friends with him?
No,
Oh. Like,
I
does he
mean-
have hair now? Like, did he go full?
yeah.
Did
I
he go full
challenge
I've
into
heard.
you.
Yeah.
Send him this episode when it comes out.
No,
Just to
I'm
watch
not
his
in
reaction.
contact with him, and I wouldn't even know where to start. But yeah,
Couldn't
You
even find him
delivered
on
the
Facebook or
prophecy
something.
and
Be like,
left.
I'm in contact with very few people from high school, so
that's completely understandable. I am in contact with one person from high school.
Yeah.
And then we talked about this a few episodes ago, but my ex from high school sent me 53 Facebook messages completely unprompted at 1:30 in the morning, which I responded to 0 and blocked her.
I feel like you should have responded and be like,
Couldn't.
"Well, that's your opinion." just been like,
Oh man, that would have been good. No,
just egged her on, and be like, "Yeah, I don't agree," and then just start listing points why they're not correct. Number one, it was nonsensical. Let's be honest.
That was very nonsensical. One of these days, we're gonna do a thing where we like go through it and just MST3K the fuck out of that thing. That's
That's fantastic.
yeah.
Have you ever? Sorry,
what?
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Mine's completely unrelated.
So is mine.
Oh, okay. I was well because you asked the question earlier about what's like the dirtiest job you've worked. Yeah, exactly. For me, I took a gap year between high school and college, and during that year, I was a dog groomer. Dogs are disgusting. A lot of them don't want to be in a wash tub with a leash tying them to the thing, and they're going to let you know. So
yeah,
lots of getting shat on and peed on and bitten, and yeah, I'm surprised I didn't get some kind of like, medieval like gangrene
contraption. Okay.
Yeah, like the thing where like they bite you, opens the skin, and then pee on you, and then that gives like. So I'm surprised that never happened, but it didn't. So,
You feel like you should have been patient 0 for something.
Definitely, I definitely should have been patient 0.
There's actually a show that Victoria and I just watched that was essentially like a competition for dog groomers, and it was on Disney, I want to think, or maybe Prime. I'm not sure. But it was like, man, dog groomers, those are some weird fucking people. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, they are, like, good on them. Like, it's a hard job, and they were very talented. Like, these people made, like, paintings on these dogs, like, crazy stuff.
I
and,
wasn't
like,
doing
designs.
that. I was just washing them.
Yeah, these people were wild, and I'm like, listen, that's very, very artistic of you and everything, but you're a fucking weirdo at the same time. And it's like, that's why it's like, I figured out at my age, finally, I guess, for some people who figure out younger, but it's like, what you do or how you dress or who you have sex with and all that stuff doesn't make you a weirdo. Just being a weirdo makes you a weirdo. And some of these people, I was like, yo, you're a fucking weirdo. Because there were other people who did the same stuff and better, and they were like, yeah, I just like doing it as a job. It's great. Cool. Like, all right, whatever.
One of the weird things is like, so dogs' nails are these, they have a vein under it called a quick. So you can't just get like a clipper and go through it. You have to get a Dremel. Dino, you know what a Dremel is? And slowly file down their nail. And it smells terrible.
Yeah.
And
that sound would kill me. I hate that. I hate the sound of
yeah.
Can't do it. That literally made my body like shiver.
I saw it and I loved it. That's gonna give me like 3 years of extra life, guy. You kidding me? Like, I survive off evil.
So every time Dino's on his deathbed, just show him the clip of Nick recoiling.
Yeah, and I'm like, sweet youth.
The fucking thing that they use at the dentist to polish your teeth.
Exactly. Same principle.
Oh my god.
Are you
Oh my
kidding
god,
me?
that
love
sound! That sound! I literally grip the chair and have to do deep breathing exercises in order to not crawl out of my skin.
Listen. Nick, you're a douche. These two live in LA. You know those sounds that people meditate to? For me, it's that vibrating sound at the dentist or even like the
You
Dremel
like
tool. I'm like,
that?
love
piece of
it. Okay, I hear that
you
and I'm
piece
like,
of garbage.
things are happening. It's great.
You piece of garbage. You piece
Yeah.
of absolute garbage.
So, trust me, that
Yeah.
puts me in a happy place.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I,
And a Dremel tool, that's the funnest tool. I have dreams about using a Dremel to like sculpt things, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's an awesome thing.
This is making me so uncomfortable that I'm gonna completely change the topic. I learned how to roll a blunt yesterday for the first time.
Did you really?
Yeah, and it was really proud of myself because like it did take me 2 tries. The first one I did completely ruin the tobacco leaf and it was very sad. But the second one I because I tried to do the first one on instinct. I was like I can do this, and I couldn't. And then I had to watch a video about how to do it, and then I was able to.
I love that that's like a thing. Like if you told somebody in 1974 where they gotta like find the guy on the street corner and like hope that it's like actual weed and not.
There are
like,
so many weird
oregano?
little
Yeah.
little tricks that you
Yeah.
need to implement in the process in order for it to go well.
Like
Yeah.
if you told a guy 40 years from now, you're gonna be able to watch a guy teach you how to roll a blunt, and it's not on your TV. It's on this screen that's
It's on
over
your
there.
phone. It's on
And
your
it-
telephone.
Yeah,
It's on your
there.
telephone. They're like, you mean the thing on the wall? No. Okay, hang on. We have lots of stuff to cover.
Need to
Yeah,
walk so many things back. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Max's show, the Further Show in LA, is where the famous lemonade incident happened.
This is true, yes.
So you're finally meeting somebody who I've told you guys the
Who
lemonade. I've
has
told
like
everybody.
witnessed
Which
it.
one? Which what? Remind me, because
I feel
I'm-
better that both me and Dino have the same expression on
Like
our
the
lips.
lemonade
Where I
incident?
drank the lemonade that had weed in it and went completely off the
Oh,
rails.
right, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That was at
yeah.
his show.
I remember
his
that.
show.
All right,
Clearly,
Atlas,
'cause,
Atlas. In the future, the lemonade is not the important part of that story.
it really
It's
isn't.
not the,
That was just the
it's not the
delivery.
jumping off
Like,
point.
yeah, that was the delivery method. That's
Yeah.
like I watched a show on TV. No, it's what's the show, not the TV, sir.
I mean, calling
You
it
know,
I
it's
got
funny,
high.
Atlas, I don't know if I would describe you as off the rails that night. You were very on the rails. Like, the lights just weren't on, you know what I mean? Like,
I
the
don't
train was
remember most of
moving,
that night, so
but it was
please,
the
if you can
sleeping
enlighten
car.
us.
Yeah, can you describe for me, Max, what Atlas is like? Hi, because I'm curious. Like, what gets heightened and what gets turned down in his personality?
Yeah, so for context, Further for a while was sponsored by a weed company. So ever so often, like they would bring us like samples and stuff. And one of the things was their infused lemonade. And we would have a little sign that said like, hey, 1 cup equals like 5 milligrams. And Atlas, if I
chugged
recall
the-
correctly, was like, hey, this is good lemonade. I was like, oh, cool, man. It's got THC in it, right? And he looked at me and he was like, oh.
How many glasses had you had? Oh, okay.
It's the one. He's
So
such a
5
lame
milligrams?
boy.
You got messed up on 5 milligrams?
I
I mean, he
slammed
hits
it.
everybody differently, but he had this look on his face, like he was
And
like,
to
I
be fair,
gotta get my affairs
it
in
is
order.
an edible, and if you're inexperienced, that can be very jarring.
Edibles never agree with me because like the other story is the one with the gummy, and the gummy
Yeah.
hit me like a fucking truck. So
I gotta start hanging out with where Atlas goes to get his supply because
because this was like 2015, I think. No, later. It's 20.
ooh, that's like the Wild West of gummies. I love it.
Yeah, because it was like California had legalized it like just barely for the like legal, not medicinal legal. That's
Yeah.
been like that for a while, but
Yeah.
the legal parts, I think all the infrastructure hadn't really been put in place on like how to
Regulate things and
regulate it and everything. So yeah, that was fun. I'm sorry of any weird things I said or did. I don't remember most of that
Oh,
night.
it's totally
Hey,
fine. I just
if you did,
remember
I want you to tell us them right now.
you did like a fairly normal set. You just kept harping on the fact that you were like, man, I did some of the lemonade, so I'm gonna be crazy soon. This is gonna be crazy. Like, man, it's gonna hit me at any moment.
It had already hit me by that point.
Why does he sound like Morty?
I know.
I don't know.
Jeez,
Rick!
Oh, jeez, Rick. Oh,
Oh,
It's gonna get
Rick,
so
come
bad
on.
soon. Oh,
things are
no.
things are in motion, Rick. I don't know. That's
I'm
fantastic.
freaking hard. But yeah,
I drank the lemonade, Rick. What am I gonna? Things are in motion.
Oh,
You
God,
went
there's
to
something
sleep,
so pure
like,
about
right
a
after
cacophony
the
of
show.
Morty
You were
impression.
like falling over, sleeping, and we were like, all right, let's make sure Atlas gets home safe. And I remember you came out to a bar with us after the show, and you like fell asleep at the bar. And when the server came by and was like, "What can I get you?" You like suddenly perked up, and you were like, "Pizza." And you ordered this entire pizza. You went back to sleep, and then when your pizza arrived, Dan Grove like tapped you and he was like, "Hey man, your pizza's here," and you were like, "Cool." You ate the entire pizza in like one sitting, and probably went back to sleep. And then when it was time to pay the bill, you're like, "Oh yeah," and you handed the server your Ralph's Club card.
I forgot what my credit card looked like. I was guessing. I was like, shit. I remember Nick
I think we
taking me home.
I think we might break Dino.
I remember Nick taking me home.
Yeah, I remember Nick Kane showed up to give you a lift back.
And
I
then
was like, man, yeah, Atlas is just in like power save mode here.
yeah, and then I remember asking him to tuck me in. I don't know.
Power save mode. Power save mode.
That's awesome.
Incredible.
That's a great.
I'm gonna start using that phrase now.
really
Power
good.
save mode. That's very good.
That's really good.
That's fantastic.
Oh my god.
Woo. Power
Oh.
save mode Atlas. Oh god.
Well, there's another one. God damn it.
I think that might be the name of the episode, but
I think that's the name of the episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm so
Definitely.
glad you had me on.
I know I am.
Well,
Oh gosh.
so I know that you run 2 shows in LA because I go to them a lot. How is that going?
Pretty solid. Yeah, I mean, been nice to bring them back. After the lockdowns and all that stuff. Good to see everybody. Good to
Lockdowns?
bring
Sorry?
Kami back in some form.
Lockdown? Because
What lockdowns? Sorry.
The COVID lockdowns.
Oh, right. Yeah.
someone listening to this
Yeah.
like 20 years later, they're like, oh,
Ah.
right.
The world will have ended by then. Let's
That's
be honest.
true,
Okay,
yeah.
come on. Let's. We are not.
COVID. Is it pronounced
This month, this is
COVID?
like
COVID? Is it a long
SWAT
I?
lockdown.
Yeah.
Oh
Like
my
a Bond
goodness.
villain
No
is in
comedy
the area,
allowed. Yeah,
so
that
it's like
makes sense.
remain in your homes.
Yeah.
That seems accurate. It's only a matter of time.
I saw this map where it's like what would happen if like all the ice caps completely melted, like what happens to LA, and they just started naming the different neighborhoods as like the Strait of this or this bay or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's fun. That's a fun way to go
That's
about
very
it.
morbid, I think.
It is.
That's interesting.
Very dire and sad, but also a fun way to go about it. Like this the Strait of Sunset.
All right, let's see. We have the Bay of LA, and so XLAX, like where LAX used to be. We have, God damn it, I want more zoomed in. Straight STRAIT out of Compton.
That's awesome.
I told you it was fun.
Islets of the Palisades, Sawtell Sands, Downtown Reef, Will Shore, Wet Ho, shit like that.
That's wet ho.
What is that to make fun of WeHo?
Yeah. Wet
What
Ho.
is WeHo? I've heard it, but
West Hollywood.
West Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Okay, all right. Cool.
Westlake Wharf.
Reminds me of How I Met Your Mother, Jodoa Satripla. The There's like 5 people that'll get that reference, but
I got it. It was good.
Oh, thank you.
Wait,
Ted
what-
Mosby is Archie Andrews.
dude,
Fuck
for
that
real.
guy.
Miracle Meyer, 9021 Cove.
And then
great.
Malibu.
That
Malibu?
actually reminds me. When I was living in Chicago, I got that game Watch Dogs from a couple of years ago. You guys remember Watch Dogs?
Watch Dogs.
Yeah, I can see the
like a
poster in my head. Never
GTA,
played
but
it. Yeah.
the big hook was that you could hack things. You could like hack the traffic lights so that you could cause like car crashes and stuff to get away. You could like hack ATMs to get money to buy more like weapons and stuff. You could hack like security systems
To get more
to
hack.
complete missions. Yeah, you just hack the planet, as they say in the classic movie Hackers. But yeah, it takes place in Chicago, and the developers were all like very high on how like well they had recreated the city. They were like, yeah, this is the most detailed rendering of an American city, and like our staff spent 3 months living in Chicago to get the city down. And I was like, oh, you know what? This is gonna be cool actually. Like I live in Chicago. I'm gonna just play the Chicago game while living in Chicago. It's gonna be awesome. And I'm like,
While
I'm driving
eating deep
around
dish
and,
pizza.
downtown Chicago looks cool, looks fine. Like I'm recognizing some landmarks. I'm like, oh, I should try and find my apartment. Like I wonder if they went this far. Let's try and find my apartment. So I live in Wrigleyville, which was right above downtown, about 2 neighborhoods away. So you have downtown, then you have Lincoln Park, which is like the rich neighborhood, and then you have Wrigleyville. That's right, actually underneath where the Cubs play.
Right.
And so
Makes
I'm
sense.
driving north in the Watch Dogs game. I'm like,
I thought it
I
was where
can't
the
wait to make
candy
it-
was made, but
Was it?
I thought it was where the candy was made. Wrigley's.
So yeah, it's actually named after. I don't know if they still make the gum there, but that's
Thank you.
where the
Thank
gum
you. They
factory used
both
to be.
Max,
rolled
don't
their
encourage
eyes.
him.
They
Don't
both rolled
encourage
their
him.
eyes. All right, they both rolled
Because
their eyes.
it's his attempt to be smartass, and you're like, listen, go fuck yourself, okay? So don't encourage him. We don't need that kind of business around here. Anyways, continue, please.
Noted. So yeah, I'm driving up there, and then suddenly I hit shoreline, and I'm like, wait, what? And I look at the map, and where Wrigleyville is supposed to be is where they decided to put Lake Michigan.
Boo!
And I was just like, well, tell me how you really feel, why don't you? You prissy
So you
French
started swimming.
bastards are going to try and erase my neighborhood?
That's awesome.
Not my good Christian neighborhood. Oh my god! I would love if they like still rendered that part of the city, but they just put it underwater. They were like they went through the trouble of programming it, and it's
then
completely
made it underwater.
photorealistic, and yet they were like, no.
What were you expecting to happen? Were you expecting to like get to where your apartment would be and like, holy shit, they programmed me in?
Can you imagine?
He goes in and it's
See if I
you
could
playing
find
the
my
game.
neighborhood, and if they actually like made as detailed as they said, I would see my building, and I would just be like, cool. Like it was a very like small payoff I was looking for.
That'd be awesome, though. That'd be the coolest thing, is to be able to go into a virtual world where everything's been rendered. Like the idea itself of being able to go on Google Earth and actually look at your own house from the outside. You're like, I didn't even take that picture. Someone took a picture of my house. It's crazy.
I love when
going on Google Earth and finding like the people who have been like caught in the frame, like just like walking by.
The prisoner, where they blurred out his face. You're like, hey, Google's
I saw one
snitch.
where it's like it's a girl who's like midway through falling off her bike, like she's in midair.
That's a treasure.
Yeah,
That is a treasure.
I'm in 2 or 3 different Google Earth.
Are you really?
Yeah.
no
I
shit.
don't, yeah. I can't remember the places. Like I've been like 3 different spots where I watched the car walk by, and then like looked like the next month, and then I was like, oh yeah, there I am. But I never like because it happened like 3 times. I was like, oh, I don't need to remember this.
And then it's that meme from SpongeBob. There I am, Gary. There I am. Little top of your head.
I always love the ones where it's like a guy in a kiddie pool, or like a guy just like sitting on his stoop drinking, and it's like, now the torch burns forever.
There's one where a guy is coming out of his house and he shot at the camera car or something. Like he comes out of his house, yeah, and you're like, what the hell?
So
and other people chase him.
He's got the gun like angled at them, or like.
I feel like that's what you would see when you went by Dino's house. It's just him with like a large barrel rifle and a scope, just like.
I'm waiting for the Doodle Earth car to go by so you can shoot out the tire, watch up.
I take it back. He doesn't have a gun. He doesn't have a gun. He's just like got like 2 laser pointers. He's like, I'm gonna ruin your footage. Like, no way, you tip me.
No, the best thing to do is somebody drives, the other person's got the laser pointer, and they're just following the car, like shooting out the camera lens.
Yeah, so all the pictures are messed up.
Well, the car is, it's not what they have now. I don't know if you've seen the cars recently, but they have like a mounted thing on the roof, and it just looks like a black dome. Yeah. And it's just got like 80 cameras inside of it that are shooting all angles. But
well, that's the thing is, if you see the drone footage that they take of like to do maps, like the U.S. Military, it's like a 2 terabytes or something of all. So you could zoom in of a city, and it goes like right down. You're like the amount of images that they're taking now are way more than they used to with regards to the houses and streets and everything, right? It's even so you can go on every angle and look like, theoretically you can find out what the weather was.
Well, I think they do have the footage where like of Toronto, where if you zoom in like close enough, you see Dino masturbating.
There are a lot of pictures like that.
And you know what's weird is he does it in his backyard in the middle of the day.
I feel like I tell time like a sundial. It's
the only part of his body that he tans.
So I'm looking
it's called sunning, and it's not. And you'd be surprised how flexible you have to be to do it.
I'm looking at an image of my mom's house that I'm currently sitting in, and the picture they have, it's my mom exiting her house with the dog.
Really?
On a leash, yeah. They blurred out her face too, but
did they blur out the dog's face?
I was going to ask the exact same question.
No, he's there. Thor don't give a fuck. He's just like, I'm going on a walk. Woo! Yeah.
Man, I wonder what it's like to drive the Google Earth car. Like, is it fun where it's just, you're driving around aimlessly to photograph everything? You got like a continuous tape of Louie Louie playing? Or is it like, oh no, if I don't get all of Hampton Street today, the boss will have my head?
I doubt they must have it prescribed down to the speed you have to drive, right? So it's not like you can miss any checkpoints, because they probably give you like, it's Google, right? So they give you like, you get 14.8 minutes for your break now, because if you don't, your traffic will increase, and we won't get the whole.
And if you even think about unionizing, you will be shot on sight. We have a sniper with a laser pointer directly aimed at your head at all times. If the neurons even think the word union, whether it's marriage or organizing collectively, you will be shot. Because we're Google.
So, Atlas, how do you feel about unions?
I like them. I want to join one, and then when I tried to do that at my job, I got completely curb stomped. So that was fun. Well, I just don't have the wherewithal to do it like the miners did at the turn of the 20th century, and be like, if you don't fucking give us survivable pay and an actual weekend, I'll fucking blow your house up because I'm a miner. Back then, like the workers were willing to like stand outside and make their voice heard. Like nowadays, you'd be like, we're striking. It's like they're like, yeah. It's like, so we got to be here tomorrow outside walking like around. And they're like, And this is
I don't-
LA where
I don't
everyone's
know.
trying to make
I-
it in the.
I don't know. It's pretty hot tomorrow. Like I don't.
Yeah, literally.
I don't think I have
that's
the
kinda what it was
shoes
like.
for that. Like
Yeah.
most of mine are just like for show. Like they're not functional. No
Yeah.
arch support. Like
Yeah, pretty much. That's accurate.
I got shin splints back in college, so I still can't.
I got flat feet. Okay, sorry. Mine have
Is it
arch
going to be
support,
catered? Is the
Yeah.
strike going to be catered?
so- Yeah, pretty much.
man.
It's.
Man, that reminds me of when I used to work at. I actually used to work at Amazon,
Oh, really?
and yeah, it was funny. Like when they hired, they're like, "Oh yeah, there is a guaranteed, number of hours. So even if the warehouse isn't getting orders, we'll still have you work and pay you for the day." But you don't realize they will do literally anything they can to not have to do that. Like.
Yeah.
Sometimes you would get there, especially during the holidays, and it would be like the 1800s, where they'd be like, "All right, we need 5 people today. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everyone else, you have the day off. Enjoy. Bye-bye. Bye, Amazon."
Wow. Yeah, that seems fair.
That's fucked up.
It's really not. Like, that's the thing is they have that kind of control, right? Like,
Mhm.
they've spent an unbelievable amount of money to maintain, if not grow, that control over their manipulation of the workforce. So, you know what? They tried and they won, and we're all the worse for it. Yeah.
My favorite thing is that Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and all them really want people to like them. Like,
I think Jeff Bezos does, which will never happen. He is the
Which,
Millhouse of billionaires.
And it's such a simple thing you have to do. You will still have a fuck ton of money, more than you will ever know what to do with, if you just help people and pay people a living wage. And instead he's like, no, I don't want it.
I want to go
Maybe
space.
everyone will love me if I go to space.
Yeah, which is
Oh,
like, dude.
yeah, and you're like, what an asinine thing to spend money on. Like,
Now,
you're
to
just
be fair, he has made decent headway by choosing to put William Shatner in space.
Yeah, which again, dude,
no, he hasn't.
Hey,
If
that
he
made
took
me
Ju-
that
if
made
he
me
took-
happy for a minute. All right, I'm not saying I like the guy, but when I heard that, I was like, man, that's fun. That's fun. They put Kirk in space. All right, that's fun.
and it wasn't even a space; it was like just under the line.
Listen,
Yeah.
I am just
Space,
glad that they are not giving him the title of astronaut. I love that because fuck that guy.
Kirk or Bezos?
Bezos.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, William
Kirk.
Shatner didn't do
Yeah,
it.
whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking make him
What did they-
interplanetary liaison of space travel. Whatever. Who gives a shit?
What's the
But Bezos, fuck that guy.
What's the highest level of like the atmosphere? Like, is it stratosphere?
I
Right?
think so. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Would that make him like a stratusnaut or something?
Probably. Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I just like the idea of if William Shatner became interplanetary liaison, and he had he goes up there and he does like a Shatnerfied song.
Welcome
Right.
to
Happening
space.
out here.
Wow, it's been
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
episodes since we did Shatner. It's been a while.
So like I said, welcome to my parents' house at the beginning, and she's like, welcome to my parents' house. Let's use our inside voices.
I don't think he would say parents' house. It would be like my parental maison. You know, like it's got to be something a little bit more pretentious, right?
My mom buys pizza rolls for me. Can you
You
believe
guys ever
this shit is
seen
free?
the video of William Shatner at this like science convention in the 70s? And he's like the keynote speaker, and he decides that he's going to sing instead of like speaking. So it's him in a tuxedo, he's got like a lit cigarette, and he's singing Rocket Man.
Yeah,
He's like,
exactly.
I think it's gonna be a long, long time.
Rocket Man.
So orbit bring me around to find I'm not the man they think I am. I don't. And then it just cuts to the audience, and they're all just like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah. Rocket Man.
I can't
burning
believe
out
that they
his
that
fuse
they
out
got
here
Stephen
alone.
Hawking for that presentation. That's
Oh
crazy.
my god. He doesn't know that.
He doesn't know. That's the best part.
Well,
Oh.
that's not anyone's fault. Come on.
Yeah, it's no one's fault. It's no
Okay,
one's fault. I
just
never said it was.
All right.
Nick is the kind of guy that will definitely punch down. It's like, oh, have you fallen? Let me kick you right in the ribs, maybe in the nutsack.
Which let's be honest, Dino. The person most likely to do that is you. So,
No. I'd get on top. I'd get on top and just start pummeling them.
what
I wanna
happens?
make sure-
You go to
Dino
full
is the
mount.
ultimate power bottom.
Yeah.
I do my best work on my back. That's just factual. Okay.
So I wanted to bring this up before we finish the episode. So because I'm in my parents' neighborhood, I went and checked out the cursed retail space that I keep bringing up, and took some pictures. Because again, it's still empty, and I just wanted to like chronicle every time I come back. Do you have those pictures, Dino? Okay,
I do.
so
Pressed
Pressed
pizza.
Pizza is what it used to be, and now it's completely empty. So
Yeah.
some of the infrastructure's there, and it really it's just nobody's bought it yet, and also the nearby Ocean Park Cafe, which was always overflowing. That's like the surrounding area. Also closed a couple months ago. So like, I don't understand what's going on because it's next to a business park, and that part of the neighborhood is very walkable. A couple blocks down, there is a sushi restaurant and a Thai restaurant, and they're always like jumping, and the counter, the burger place. So like, I don't even understand what happened exactly or why it's just slowly dying, but it's just, I don't know if it's ever going to come back.
Gone now.
Yeah, it's gone now. It's been gone for a while. I don't
Maybe it's as simple as the landlord's an absolute piece of shit.
Probably. I could definitely see that being the thing. We're just like, fuck you, we're leaving.
Yeah.
But,
Pizza,
But I
more
feel
like
like there's-
unimpressed pizza. Am I right, fellas?
That's horrible. That was. Well done.
Also,
Well done, sir.
speaking as an Italian, pressed pizza doesn't sound good.
oh, it doesn't. It's
I
a horrible
don't know
name.
what it means,
Yeah.
but in no facet of my head where I'm like in the pizza making process, it does pressing improve the outcome.
Well, don't you like pound on the dough? I assume that's what they mean by it. No?
No, you're supposed to stretch the dough and like work it like nicely with your fingers, like if you like maybe if you're doing it at home, you use a rolling pin because like you can't do the dough's probably not as great, but like I don't know, it just seems sad to me.
See, when it said press. Sorry, go ahead, Max.
I think it's got to be a gimmick. Like they probably like press the dough in one of those machines, so it's always like perfectly shaped or something.
That sounds very Angelino.
Yeah.
Well,
it
and
does.
I was
Oh, it
thinking,
is.
Like,
we use
yeah.
liquid nitrogen to leaven our dough and then perfectly press it using ninja stars.
The closer you get to the shoreline, the more people sound like that in Santa Monica. Definitely. We're on the eastern edge of it, so it's not quite there. But go like 10 blocks west, it starts showing up. Definitely.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Dino?
I was just gonna say when it said pressed pizza, I just assumed it was like a calzone that they pressed closed, like, or they were doing like pizzas, but like in a sandwich maker, like something like that.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
an
know.
idea.
Like-
no, it was just they were
Like
just regular-
paninzas.
Yeah,
They were all like personal pizzas when they were open, so
Yeah.
I'm just sad.
every pizza is a person.
Were they always rushed, like
enough.
just like
Yeah.
pressed for time?
Maybe. I just know that so far as I can see it, I'll never get to do the Stephen King thing and show up and be like, "You just bought a cursed retail space." Say, "Yep," and well, like maybe someday as if people start showing up again. I'm guessing because more people are working from home, that business park across the street is less populated, so therefore, like most of their customer base left.
The way I'm thinking about it is that realistically, I think you should wait for when it gets really, really popular for some
And
reason,
then
and
show
then
up.
walk in and be like, "You have inherited the curse of the retail space from the devil," and go from there. You know?
And then
Oh,
can
yeah,
I
Then
get
go
yeah,
Harry
yeah.
Potter with it.
Get like
I get a
a black
Hawaiian?
trench coat, get a driver's hat, and
An eye
some
patch.
real thick glasses. Hang out front, and whenever somebody comes to rent it, be like, "Yeah, folks stopped coming round here ever since the storm." Just
Brilliant! I gotta
unprompted,
start
yeah.
doing that.
Oh, that's so horrible.
And just bring your own like bag of sand, like just to like put out front, just to be like, "So dusty out here." Like it's
Yeah, and the second they look away, just run so that you're disappeared when they look back.
Atlas showing up with an SUV trunk full of tumbleweeds.
Oh,
Just-
Have a friend around the corner with like
Go,
an air horn,
go.
so it'll
Yeah.
distract them. Just be like, "Meow." So like, what was that? And then Atlas runs away the other way.
It's in the middle of the block. You really got to book it to get to the end and around the corner.
You're limber and young.
No,
What are
I'm
you
not.
doing?
No, I'm not.
We gotta get you on on a dolly or something, connected to a rope. Just like
Yeah.
singing, you know.
Either that or get the hook shot from Zelda. Just pull me back in.
You could have just said a grappling gun, but you went with hook shot from Zelda. All right.
Generations, I guess. I mean,
Oh,
That's more like nerd.
Yeah.
I was gonna say for Dino, like Legend of Zelda would have been out by then. What's the Although the
No,
hook shot didn't show up till later.
when Dino was grown up, is still just the myth.
Nerds. Max, you're a comedian like the rest of us. What is the worst or best or weirdest set you've ever done?
okay, so the weirdest set I've ever done was at this brewery in the Inland Empire. It was in Rancho Cucamonga, which is kind of like the boonies
So many
of
words.
LA, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it was actually a very like nice place. It was in like an office park. Apparently, like the regulars there were just office workers, and they did comedy every week. During my set, a bar fight broke out.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, just I'm doing my jokes and I just start hearing like a smacking noise. I look out because there's like a little sort of open patio area, and there's these two guys who are just going at it, and somebody just yells, "They're hitting each other! They're hitting each other!" And I'm like, "Oh, hello!" And I'm looking around. I look at the bartender. What this look like? Do you want me to keep going? And she gives me this look like, yeah, keep going. And I'm like, all right, I guess we're doing this. And I think my joke was like, man, some people have opinions on the new Star Wars.
Oh my god. Wait, so when you say a bar fight broke out, was this like the shitty bar shows where they just put a microphone next to the bar? Or was there like a stage in the room?
There was like a stage in the room. There was like a raised platform for the performers. They had like a mic stand. They had like a backdrop with the name of the brewery and everything.
Okay. So,
but yeah, no, it was crazy. And to this day, I'm impressed that I actually managed to get the crowd back.
You did!
That.
Well done.
My hat off to you, sir.
It's impressive.
Yeah, that's hard.
Did you start fist fighting someone on stage?
I finished my set. I got off, and like the room was somehow like reset. The fight was broken up by the bouncer, and then the next person gets on, and they're just like, oh man, yeah, it's good that we were able to laugh again after that. They start doing their set. And then same two guys go back at it.
Oh my god! They go back again. Why was one not thrown out?
They get into another fight, and the bouncer separates them and calls the cops. So they're like, hey, the cops are on their way. So the aggressor is like, all right, so he leaves, and like the show goes on. 2 comics later, somebody runs in. And he says, we have to help the poor guy. Apparently, the aggressor had gone around to the front of the bar, was waiting for the other guy to leave, and, like, ambushed him in front of the place.
That's one of those things, like, all right, I'm going out. Like, we fought twice. And then he's just like, all right, they don't want me fighting in the bar. I'll do it directly outside of the bar.
No, exactly. So, yeah, this guy just, did not care. Cops came and arrested him. Other guy, had paramedics come. And it was at that point the bar was like, okay, maybe now's a time to end the night.
God damn it.
Fuck.
But yeah, that was quite the time. And I was like, yep, it was worth the hour and a half drive here.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate for Rancho. That's
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
So,
like
an hour and a half, and it was about like 2 miles away, right?
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. That's. I just love the idea of the bouncer breaking them up the first time and not one of you get out or both get out. Just be like, you're gonna be nice to each other.
Hey, hey! I want you on opposite sides of the bar, and I want you to write a letter about what you did and how you need to be better. Okay, and then all right, hug it out. Hug it out. Oh, now they're choking each other.
And then,
Well,
it's
I
like that meme
remember
with the
talking to
two kids in the
bouncer
shirt. It's like
after
the
my
get
set,
along
and I was
shirt.
like, "So what happens?" And he was like, "Oh, just crazy kids came here looking for a fight. One of them said something about the other's girlfriend, but they're friends now." And I was like, "Oh, okay,
Are
cool."
they?
And I'm looking over at them, and they're like, they're like hugging it out, like one of them bought the other a beer, and I'm like, "Oh, all right, yeah, I mean, I guess." And apparently, the rivalry had begun.
So they just go to bars around the Inland Empire and they're like, round 2, fight.
Apparently, yeah. I don't know why this guy got so fixated on fighting this one guy. Maybe he just didn't like losing. I wish I could tell you. All I could say is
Wait,
hope
was
the
the
poor
aggressor
guy
the
he
one
was
getting his
fighting
ass
with is
kicked?
okay.
Did the aggressor get his ass kicked? Or did they...
I was not watching super closely. I believe it was a like 2-1 situation. So it's like he lost the first fight, won the second, and then was like trying to get his vengeance or something.
Oh, okay. He's like, best 2 out of 3. Let's go.
Yeah, basically, it's like a prospect, like, best 2 out of 3, Gary, come on now.
And then while Max was walking,
Roosevelt.
while Max was walking to his car, you just saw them passionately making out.
It's like, oh, they're friends.
It's a lover's quarrel.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's the way to
Hey,
do it.
I've heard some guys do that as foreplay. They beat the shit out of each other.
Jesus, power bottom my ass. That's
I can't remember what
it
movie it was.
Pun intended?
I bought a glass from the brewery because it was right before Christmas, and I was like, oh, I'll get my brother-in-law a brewery glass because he loves those. And at Christmas, I got to be like, hey, that glass had a bar fight happen in front of it. That's a blood glass.
It's a blood glass.
It's a blood
That's
glass.
nice.
That's horrifying.
Nice.
We are born of blood glasses. It's like a fucking Game of Thrones intro or something.
Yeah.
I'd watch that though. Let's be honest.
I would.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
won this glass for you in Mortal Kombat.
That seems
I
fair.
wasn't the fighter, though. I was more like the announcer.
Yeah. He Hadoukened to get this blood glass. No, that's Street Fighter. Damn it.
I was able to find it.
Fucking nerds.
The movie I was thinking of was Ted, where Patrick Warburton, the voice of Kronk, he's one of the characters, and he there's a through line of the movie. He's just like, I went out last night and woke up and someone had punched me in the face, and I don't know why. And then that turns out at the end, it's like, oh yeah, it turns out I'm gay, and this is my boyfriend. He's the guy who's been punching me in the face, and it's Ryan Reynolds.
That's awesome. I love that. That's really funny.
Every time he got drunk, he blacked out and forgot he was gay, I guess, and would wake up in the morning just with bruises on his.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh Ted. I gotta rewatch that.
I gotta rewatch both of them. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
The era where Seth MacFarlane was going to be like the next big movie comedian, and then after A Million Ways to Die in the West, everyone was like, eh.
Yeah. And then
Judd Apatow got his revenge, hunted him down, waited for him in a parking lot, beat the shit out of him. That's what he did.
Orville's pretty good. If you haven't seen that,
I enjoy it.
I keep being told I would like that. Yeah.
If you like any of the Star Treks, you'll love it. It's a good time.
I watched a few episodes and I was like, "This is fun," and then I wasn't like hooked enough on the characters to want to see the next thing. It's hard. There's just too much content. Speaking of which, thanks for listening to.
Okay, yeah.
Generation Dan!
Thanks for sticking around to Generation Dan. You can find us at Generation Dan on Twitter. Max, thank you for coming on.
Of course.
Where can they find you and follow you and all that good stuff?
You can follow me at Max Mielecki, and you can follow the show I run at Further Comedy. We are every month in Los Angeles. If you're in the area, it's free. It's a good time. Come on out.
And Los Angeles is in the U.S.
Because they're Canadian.
Fucking asshole.
Dino, if you please.
I'm Dino the Genetic Marvel. I'm doing all sorts of stuff these days. Idiot Says What is every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central. Also, Sports Balls is actually will have started just a couple weeks ago because it's actually being filmed tomorrow, which means, so in a month, it will have, when this comes out, it will have been out for a month. It's very exciting.
What is
that's
Sports
Sundays.
Balls?
We're going to be talking about sports that are not really that popular, like marble races. We're also talking about card games, I think one person said. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. And then...
Now who's the nerd?
Yeah.
It's not my show. I'm just a guest. I'm doing foreign
okay.
sports, and I'm probably going to do some jokes on making fun of everybody there. But it should be fun.
Gotcha.
But I think we are actually going to be talking about card games. I was going to actually talk to you about that, Atlas, because that's your huge, that's your thing. That, and I know you love horror movies. That's
I was gonna say, what's it called? I'm surprised that there's not like a lacrosse or a what was the other sport? Water polo. I feel like those would be fun to watch, but there's no like major league for it. Like lacrosse is rough, and like there's no like major league-esque movie where like who has the best egg beater kick or something.
I'll tell you, the topics that we're going over first are sand marble rallies, the PDGA Women's Global Tournament, and the curling tour that's happening next year. So
no shit. Yeah, go listen to Sports Ball. It'll be on Spotify, right?
No, it's eventually, yeah.
Okay.
By the way,
it'll be on YouTube.
I don't know if you know this, but lacrosse is the national sport of Canada.
I did not know that. That's
No,
I'd watch lacrosse. I feel like it'd be fun to watch.
It is our national sport.
Yeah, I got that. I'm just saying, like.
I'm saying to Dino. Yeah. Do you know why?
Huh? No.
Do you know why? It's a Native American sport. They used to play it with like skulls and shit. Yeah. And the best part
haven't we taken away enough from them?
The best part about their sport, which was my favorite part, is that there was no field size. They had the goals, but there was no edges. So you could go wherever you wanted. Which is
like there's like, huts or lawn hazard wherever they happen to be. Just like some guy runs in and grabs the skull with the thing and leaves. Like that's where it just happens.
Like the movie Tag.
Yeah.
The Native American version of the movie Tag.
It's a good movie. You can find me at Atlas Novak on Twitter and Instagram, or you can follow my other show at Nexus at Nights in those same places or wherever you get your podcasts. It's about a trading card game called Card Fight Vanguard, and it's nerdy as fuck. And maybe you'll love it, maybe you won't, but go check it out if you like.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
That's your cue.
Oh, yeah, that's me. You can find me at Nick Fernandez Comedy on all of the things and stuff, mostly on Instagram.
Yeah, you don't have a Twitter. I've tried to tag you in the banner.
There's one there, but I don't use it for anything.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Go check out Further Comedy and Sports Ball and all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time.
All over the place.
Everyone.
Bye.